What's happening, kings, queens, peeps, and everything in between? It's your boy DBB, and I'm running for governor of Arizona. And I must admit to y'all, I am deep into conspiracy theories, so we're here to solve them today. And of course, as always, Jolty is joined with me. And of course, as I mentioned on the previous episode, we have a special guest today, DJ GONDON, a.k.a. Desert Bears. Welcome in, everybody.
What's up? What's happening, y'all?
What the fuck is going on, brother?
Thanks for having me here.
It's great to have you.
Yeah,
here,
I'm
man.
glad to be on here. It's an honor.
Dude, absolutely, man. Dude, this has been, I'm going to have to, shift a little bit here. Hold up. Wow. Bingo. Yeah, I'll shift a little bit here. Dude, it's fucking great to have you on, man. Hold on. I said I was going to take these off after there it is.
Broken sunglasses, breaking chairs.
Okay, here, hold up.
Dysfunctional vibing in the valley.
Listen, okay, look, this episode was organized. Okay.
Keyword was.
Keyword was organized. So it is a fucking pleasure to have you on, man, because we've been meaning to do this for the better part of 8 months now.
Yeah, for 8 months. Yeah,
something like
Jesus
that.
Christ, yeah.
I wasn't involved in these conversations. So.
Oh man, the early conversations, we were meeting up like fucking mobsters over at In-N-Out. All right, so we're gonna execute this plan perfectly. We didn't, but long story short, we're here now, man. This is great.
That's
all wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for me. Let me just jerk off my own ego again.
I'm gonna go ahead and jerk Jolty off as well here. It is indeed true that this podcast doesn't come to fruition without Jolty.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Look, he's a big piece of the puzzle. I am a piece of shit. So here we go. You know why you're here.
Conspiracies, yeah.
Yeah, that's
dude.
right. That's right.
There's a shit ton. I mean, you can make anything into conspiracy these days.
Man, fucking math teacher doesn't like me, man. Thinks
Yeah,
she's with the
dude.
Illuminati, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, even though you're white, that'd be weird.
I'm
No.
half white, dog. Don't
He's
you
half
disrespect the Hispanic blood in me.
It's
Forgive me.
leaking out into his melanin. It's
Yeah, see, I'm melanated.
Oh man, but fucking so I before we start to solve the topic of conspiracy theories, I kind of wanted you guys to catch up. I mean, I know you guys already did off the pod, but
Yeah, I go way back with this guy.
Yeah, we went to
The same elementary school, yeah.
yeah, and then
Rode the same bus to school.
same
Okay.
bus, and then middle school. We went to the same middle school. And
Same
then
high school, yeah.
Same high school, yeah.
y'all
we-
were friends during that whole time though, right?
Yeah, we became friends through a shared acquaintance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guy lived in my neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys live in the same neighborhood?
No,
No,
we
no,
live
no.
our bus stops are 10 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were 10. It was a block away,
Oh.
give or take. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah.
go.
From where I live, yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So, DJ GONDON,
Yes, sir.
I need to know. What's it going to take for you to start planning a revolution? I also know you're high, so
That's Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can.
I
answer
apo-
that. I don't know if I can say anything to that, because if I do say anything, it's gonna be government at my door.
don't worry. I'm going to put something at the beginning of all this where it's
Disclaimer.
it's a disclaimer, okay? Satire. Okay, obviously I'm not running for governor of Arizona. At least not yet anyways.
Well, I mean, you have the best running mate in the world right here.
This
so.
is true. So listen, when I become governor of Arizona, there is a plan to make vibing in the valley the sort of co-governing, if you will. So the three of us, this episode, we've decided to run Arizona come the next time we can run.
Yep.
So next time we can run, we're still probably not governmentally qualified, because you have to serve in
What government are you talking about, man?
the shitty one that we all follow for some reason.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't follow no government.
Oh, word.
I follow Vibing in the Valley, baby, on
Yes, sir.
Instagram and on YouTube, and you can listen to us on Spotify. Got to do.
Oh, and
shameless
don't forget the TikTok as well.
yeah, that's right. We gotta post a little bit more clips up on the TikTok.
Yeah,
but
I planned on it, but I've just been slacking. Work's kind of gay.
you know what, the work schedule gets busy. It does
Yeah,
get
it gets
busy.
annoying, especially when we're closing and shit.
So, you like MILFs?
Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Who doesn't?
Oh my goodness gracious,
Dude, milf's
especially like
great.
here, or in the valley. I mean,
Latina milfs.
We're getting some interesting milfs coming into the valley. No shit.
yes,
Yes.
you get all sorts of kinds. Like where I where I live.
Mm-hmm.
You drive a little further east and go to like crackheads and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I see crackheads on the daily, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in the land of crackheads. It's like Caleb.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like
Crackhead Junction.
crackhead milfs, and you got like the bitches out in Scottsdale. Like, whoo.
Dude, smoke shows. Almost every single one of them.
Oh,
What about the
dude.
Mormon milfs, man?
Mormon milfs go hard. It depends. They
they're
gotta
like,
stay in shape.
But
though.
they're young and they'll have like 8 kids and they'll still look good. Like,
They got that good mom bod, dude.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, be
Everything
blessing
tightens
them
up.
titties, dude.
Yeah. The Mormons know how
goddamn
to do it.
tetas, man.
Impregnate them while they're young. That's why Roe v. Wade is gone. There you go.
Oh my lord, we're not going back on the tangent.
No,
guys.
no tangent.
Even though it's a serious issue and needs to be talked about, we addressed that
It's
last
a serious
episode.
issue. It needs to be talked about, and this episode is strictly satire. So, DJ
Or-
Gondon,
Or is it satire?
why do you hate abortion?
What do I hate abortion?
I'm
I
playing.
don't know.
I'm playing. I know you don't. I just made that up. You don't hate abortion. What do you think about it?
I don't honestly I don't care.
Yeah,
Like, you have your own opinion, dude.
that's it. True.
You live in the land of the free. You can fucking do whatever you want. Abort a kid. I wouldn't do it personally, but I don't fucking care,
I
dude.
mean,
Like,
I don't mean to interrupt. You can continue.
oh no, go ahead.
So what I was gonna say about that is, like, I need to say it last week. Like, it's at the end of the day, it isn't my decision. Even though it's my seed, it's her body, her choice. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay. No, it's a very agreeable position. I know we ranted. I had a Mike's Hard Lemonade courtesy of Jolty. Shout out to him.
I wine and dine them on the daily. Don't worry.
But the truth is, the most agreeable position that anybody could take, which is also coincidentally possibly the proper decision you can make if you're a man, you ain't really got a say in it, my brother. Like, you got the seed bag, but that don't mean you're holding it for 9 months. And truly, I've been trying to read up more on like everything, and I heard someone replied and said that it wasn't a right, which I guess I kind of thought about it, and I was like, I guess that would make sense. It's not a right to abort a child, but I want to shout out Brian Simpson. He's a comedian. He was on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how they it wasn't that they banned abortions, is that they banned safe abortions.
Yeah.
And so that once I heard that, I was able to make that difference in
Going
my
back
head.
to the clothes hanger abortions.
Yeah, going back to the clothes, and then I realized that that's what the outrage is about. Is like when I mean, when you're having those clothes hanger abortions, you'll probably never have a kid again. It'll fuck you up.
Like, I've seen like people go on the internet and be like, hey, if you need someone to push you down the stairs or roundhouse kick your stomach, hit me up.
Fucking Christ, dude,
like-
come in with a Rogan kick.
Dude, Chuck Norris would be fucking making fat
hit her with
cats
that
fall
Anderson
off.
Silva body kick.
Yo, hey, listen up, Chuck Norris Estate. You have a new job. Send Chuck Norris to every single state that doesn't allow safe abortions, and yada! Right into the stomach, baby.
Call Patrick Swayze, get that Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, baby.
Okay.
We got to get the Peter Griffin impersonator in on it, too. Get him in on
Roundhouse.
the Enterprise. Roadhouse. Oh, man.
Oh, dude, that's comical right there.
No, it
That's
truly
too funny.
is. It truly is.
Truly.
But yeah, I mean, it's a different perspective on both sides,
Yeah.
because yes, it's a part of you, essentially. Like, that is your seed. Yes, and to know that you're extincting its life, it takes a toll on you. Yes, it takes a toll on the women. Like, honestly, I think it takes a part of your soul.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, whether you believe in that or not, with spirit, whatever, I just feel like it just takes a part of you, and you have to live with it.
Yeah.
It fucks with you.
Yeah.
It's hard both ways, like, whether, like, I get it for rape victims and,
Etc.
etc. Yeah.
I pretty much think that's how it goes when it comes to abortion. Like rape victims and etc. Because everything underneath.
Because everything else
yeah.
falls under one umbrella.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I just, I don't know if you didn't practice the safe sex or your pull-out game was whack,
yeah.
Well, hey, if you're a one-pump chump,
Yeah. Also, if you're having safe sex, this means nothing to you. Like if you're having safe sex and you're like, I'll go bare skin once I have a wife, then I think you're fine. Like, and I talked about that on the previous episodes. Like personally, it's a big fucking dream of mine to have a happy and healthy family at some point, which is why when I take a look at what's happened, it's like, okay, I understand the outrage, but I'm not outraged myself because I'm separated from the whole problem, both physically and also kind of mentally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how many shooters were at the JFK assassination?
Depends.
This is true.
Honestly, I see the viewpoint on both sides. There's either the one, what was it, Lee Harvey Oswald, right?
Yeah, you got.
Lee
Yeah,
Harvey
there's the
Oswald.
one.
And then, or there was two. Like it made sense.
There was another shooter. Yeah.
I mean, what? Well, did he have military experience? Because there's
Lee Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Marine Corps.
Okay, I was gonna say that then maybe he had the experience to be able to reload a rifle like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's bolt action, so
yeah.
I mean, it's got rounds in the chamber or in the clip.
Educate me on guns, sir.
So that's where it stores it spring loaded. So you push it forward, you got your bullet in the chamber, shoot, pops out, load another gun.
Not gonna lie, the only
Not
reason I know what
load another
bolt
gun,
action
but
guns
another-
are. Yeah.
Load another bullet.
Yo,
goddamn.
he gets another
Load
gun.
Another gun.
Yeah, dude.
Welcome to America, bitch. You run out of ammo.
I don't
Roll
know.
the gun.
Dude, exactly.
I don't know
Just
why that
fucking-
made me think of do you remember Robot Chicken, right? The
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
The fucking twist it,
Pull
pull it,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
load it, load it,
Load it.
load it,
Yeah.
shoot it, shoot it. Like that's basically what they're doing, bro.
Oh man.
Man, I love the conspiracy theories of the JFK. Was it the government who killed him? Was it
Was it the mafia? Because his family did have mob ties, and I believe that goes back to them being. No, I think that was debunked. I think Joe Rogan thought that they were bootleggers at one point. And I think on a recent episode that got debunked. But there's something about mob ties being there and whatnot.
Shit.
There's a good documentary to watch by the man Oliver Stone. He was also on JRE. He's been there multiple times. I think twice now. But he has a ton of information on that. He was the lead. When I say lead journalist, pretty much. The JFK assassination has been his entire career as a journalist. From fucking, well, I don't really know the years to be completely honest, but you could imagine
I think he was assassinated in '63.
JFK?
I believe so.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's because of Bay of Pigs.
You think
Because we kind of fucked them over at Cuba.
really bad. I mean, if you played Black Ops 1, nigga, you were kind of a part of that fuck up.
Oh yeah, dude. That shit was cool.
God
That
damn
shit
it.
was
I
pretty
felt like
damn
a
it,
fucking
Mason.
G-unit.
straight
dude.
up, dude.
Dude, going in there, you're like, all right, Castro, say what up with him, motherfucker.
Straight up, dude. Walk up to the goddamn man himself, Castro. I'm here for you.
just speaks into the camera like the camera picks up audio.
Yeah, it doesn't, but
Nah, just
I'm
fucking-
here for you. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it.
Yeah, just
No,
fucking
but
idiot dog.
it is what it is.
I mean, we did fuck them over, but it was justified, right?
No.
Well, if you say it like that, I can say that with a lot of things, like taking land from the natives.
That
Right.
that was really never justified though.
It
No.
wasn't, but that's
You acquire land by purchase from another country, like those native people. You shouldn't be able to kick off, but that's a whole other
No.
thing.
Kickoff is putting it lightly.
That's what everyone did,
Yeah.
though. That's what people don't understand is that's what everyone did.
Trail of Tears,
Yeah.
Like
or
every like
Trail of Blood, or Trail of Tears?
England, France, Spain, Germany, all those countries going to other countries like Africa. We fucked them over,
Oh my
especially.
They got
too.
fucked over. Some places in Africa are still in fucking poverty today.
Oh yeah, they're fucking still fighting each other and still fighting wars.
I'm learning about
amongst
a
each
little
other.
bit of ancient African history, and it's kind of crazy because
Yeah.
the Africans were known to give the Roman army trouble.
Yeah.
Like that.
Fucking
Yeah,
Zulu.
the Zulu.
Motherfuckers like that.
Fucking bro, like,
Zulu fighters were crazy, dog.
I mean, just like, I mean, I recently just tapped into that. Like, it was another day.
I tapped into that through a really fun game that I played when I was here last week, Civilization Revolution. It made me like research the leaders and stuff, and like it's crazy. Those dogs were brutal.
Damn.
Like,
damn.
And honestly, say it in the least racist way possible. They were savages.
Well, yeah. And savages in the very successful at war type fucking savagery.
Yeah, they were a dominant tribe that fucking went crazy.
Like the Vikings.
Vikings.
For sure, like,
yeah, Vikings are sick. I love Viking history.
well, that's how you survived back then. You figured out how I'm gonna live off my land,
And how to conquer.
or if this land's too shitty because it's too fucking snowy up there where they live.
Yeah.
well, we're gonna go fucking conquer other land. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, but you come through, pillage, rape, and get rid of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the show Vikings?
I want to.
Seen a couple episodes.
Dude,
I mean,
I gotta be honest. That's a really good fucking show.
I watched an anime about Vikings.
What's that one called? Vinland Saga?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I watched like 2 episodes of that.
How'd you feel
Pretty
about it?
accurate.
I started watching it. I was like, oh man, I can get into this. I fell asleep through them.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I mean,
So I didn't watch them. I was present when they were doing it.
I mean, like
I know
they
what
go
you mean.
really deep into like those older like Vikings, like Leif Erikson, etc.
Oh, yeah.
They're like real people from like the Norse telling of history.
Really?
And there's like a lot of the characters are named after it. Yeah.
Oh, that's really sick. Man, I love when they do that in media.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, and like, God forbid I talk about it for the rest of my life, but Assassin's Creed. I mean, it's based off of actual historical figures and events that did take place. And also in Assassin's Creed, on the topic of this episode, they involve conspiracy theories in the fucking game. So if you do the truth shits, you get to learn like little bits about what might be considered conspiracy from everywhere from like fucking the 1800s, even the time of Christ, and other fucking times like well, of course you have the JFK assassination, you have fucking World War I, World War II. Every fucking conspiracy you could think of, the game wraps it in there, and it's like, look, I don't know why the developers chose to do it, but it's a really nice touch. It's a really nice touch.
It separates it from a lot of other franchises.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like the amount of effort they put into actually like incorporating conspiracies into the game.
Yeah.
Which is something that's taboo. You really don't see that in a lot of games.
Now, I am curious if that is something that's a constant through the rest of the series. Because if it's just the Ezio collection,
I
then
think it might be just the Ezio collection. I don't really see that really in Valhalla or like Origins or.
No. There's probably
Odyssey.
no room for it in that game.
Yeah, those games are those are RPG games. That's why I miss the older Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, the feel's nice.
It's not even like completely RPG at that point. I mean, you're just making decisions for your character. That's the only like RPG element of it. It's more like just like upgrading is an RPG thing too as well. I mean, like they have the classic Assassin's Creed upgrading system, but there's like just different shit. It's weird.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The classic Assassin's Creed upgrading system kind of, in terms of game mechanic, it was just kind of dry.
A lot of games use that though. Like Infamous and Prototype also did the same type of thing.
Yes. When you saying the older Assassin's Creed games and
I'm
their
talking about ones where you could like upgrade your stuff and you get more like types of assassinations and shit. Like that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. I'm not too familiar with those. I mean, I have played Valhalla, but I know that you can.
Well, no, I'm saying like we're talking about the older ones. This is what I was trying to like link with you, But because like I see you upgrade it and like you're able to like be better with assassinations, like jumping off ledges. And shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. They had like that Infamous and shit.
That's that original progression. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss that type of upgrade system compared to what they have now, where you can just upgrade for moves and that's it.
Yeah, and upgrade your armor. I mean, like
that's just boring.
It's a cool aspect, but like, just take that bullshit out. I know you want it to be open world. I know you want it to be RPG. It has to be something different because they're running out of material. Like, all these game developer companies are running out of material.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same shit over and over again, and people don't understand, like, you're still paying for the same shit.
Truly.
You're paying the $60, now $70 with Modern Warfare 2 coming out.
And all next gen,
Dude,
And
all,
it's going
all,
to be the
all,
same shit you paid for last year.
Yeah, all next gen games are now like $70.
They're shit, dude.
That's insane. That's
Yeah,
such.
it's crazy.
It's crazy to see that damn change, man.
Mhm.
I'm so used to $59.99.
Yeah, now like a like a regular game that'd be like 119 for like the special edition's like 130 now.
Jesus.
Damn inflation.
Yeah.
But like like I pay for the game to play Assassin's Creed, not Centurion's Creed.
Centurion's Creed. I'm excited to play
Inflation,
Odyssey. I
like-
should mention though.
Like, when you say inflation, it's like, it's bullshit, dude.
Mm.
It's a $120 billion, like, industry.
Industry, yeah. There's
You have all these companies making all these monies off all these games. We're paying for games nowadays that are half-ass, barely complete, or still need work.
And
And
they
it's-
release 1,000 patches while the game is
Yeah.
in its lifespan.
Yeah.
1,000 patches with
yeah.
fucking 400 gig updates. Like,
yeah, and
what the fuck is that? I remember
yeah.
just putting a disc in a fucking tray, closing it, and boom, I could load up fucking
you're
Call of
good to
Duty.
go.
Yeah. Now I
Yeah.
have to fucking download the shit, and even when you have a disc for Xbox,
You still have to download the game.
It's
Yeah.
fucking stupid. I'm like, what's the purpose of that?
Yeah.
That's why I transferred to the all digital next gen console. I was
Yeah.
like, there's no point for me to get the disc if I have to fucking just put the disc in and wait for it to download.
Straight up. And
Like-
dude, if you had when next gen first came out and you had shitty Wi-Fi, your experience was so fucking terrible. Your experience was
Dude.
so fucking
that shit-
terrible.
I was lucky to have good Wi-Fi. Now I have bad Wi-Fi and I hate it.
I mean, my family like fluctuated. Like, there might have been some expensive months where my mom was like, we're going dial up next month. Yeah. And I mean, I remember pouring on dial up. So that was one of those periods where we were fucking low on internet. I jerked off to Schindler's List. What are you gonna do about it? But yeah, fucking
Hey,
Just gonna
man.
pass by that.
Hey,
absolutely.
when that horny kicks in, dude.
And dude,
Honestly, yeah.
you'll start putting DVDs in everywhere, my nigga.
You'll be looking for like the hottest rated R movie, and it's a fucking horror movie. It's Friday the fucking 13th.
Yeah, dude.
Well, yeah, you
Remastered
still see some-
2009 edition.
Still see some boobage, so yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
understand. I
fucking-
understand.
That's
Fake
the real
tits.
crime. That's the real crime right there. Is that internet wasn't good enough at a time, so you had to rely on watching slasher films for tits, and it fucks with your mind. Okay?
I mean, it didn't have to be a slasher film. It would also be like the like other types of films, like some comedies would show tits and stuff. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's hard to show boob and like funny because I'm trying to laugh. Which boobs can be funny, but like
just the
I
tet.
guess they're kind of funny anyway. Because
fucking
even in
falls
slasher
out.
films,
Like in-
you're like, look at her run with her tits out.
Like
She's-
in Ted, like when he's drawing Garfield's face,
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
a pair of tits looks like Garfield's eyes.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? That
dude.
was fucking funny.
That
dude.
was hilarious, man.
I
Ted's a
mean,
good fucking
Ted.
series.
I mean, I didn't watch Ted 2. I watched Ted 1 though.
We watched Ted 2 for my brother's birthday, actually.
How long ago was that?
Whenever it came out, the same year it came out. Oh, man.
Man,
Good over there
Oh, yeah, I just hit the fuck out of my elbow on this fucking... That thing is so solid.
on these
this thing
wood.
right here.
big
Dude,
bar.
so tell me about your fucking music, man. I'm very curious. I remember you were saying you were looking to buy a new piece of tech, and that's going to up production up a little bit?
Yeah, I was actually making music for a little bit, and then I kind of stopped. You know, life got busy, kind of went to shit, and you have to like climb up that mountain of bullshit.
Yeah,
Get to the top.
Yep.
So I mean, I've been working on some new music, working on some old stuff that I had made last year.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind
There
of
you
like
go.
adding on to it.
Oh, nice.
Slowly but surely, I will produce something for everyone.
Oh,
Something juicy to get your juices flowing in the bed. you
dude,
know?
Yeah.
absolutely. You,
In bed. Ooh.
oh, okay. Oh, like that's the vibe of what you're going for?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
That's-
I'm fucking excited, man. That is interesting to
You'll
hear.
be fucking excited. to
I'll
have
be
music.
fucking excited. You goddamn right.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a single for
Okay.
the bedroom.
Okay, a single for the bedroom.
Right.
Okay.
Ra,
And
ra,
then-
Rasputin.
Might be a remix of that. I don't know. It's a good idea though. I'll write it down. Or I might make music that you could fucking jam out whenever you feel like. It's
Okay.
I respect that.
You been planning
mentality.
like an EP or anything like that?
I'm working on it. I started
Okay.
playing guitar. Started getting back into that.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's been a wild journey.
Yeah.
Past couple months.
A lot goes into music. If
Mhm.
you like to build a real song from scratch. It takes time.
I know that pain. I've written
yeah.
a shit ton of music just for my computer to explode. Like, I had all the beats made, etc. I had all the lyrics written, and then my fucking computer's like critical disk error. I'm like, I was ready to record this EP, dog.
No,
Oh
dude.
man,
That's
damn.
terrible.
The EP's been the Hopes and Dreams EP has postponed for 4 years.
He's got to take a lean out on his fucking house.
No, like it was gonna release it in like 2020, like the beginning of 2019. But like my computer was dead, and the Hopes and Dreams EP has been like dead since.
Damn.
I have all the shit written for it. Like there was like 4 songs. I have
Why
4
not
songs
revive it, man?
I need the equipment to do so.
Oh, well, you're going to... Well, I don't know too much about the music production side because I want to get like a dope setup because I do want to start producing my own beats. I mean, I'm sure anyone is, mostly a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, I'm working on music and shit. But like, I have vocals recorded and everything like that. I recorded one song, which is out. And I bought a beat from producer Trashback Beats. Shout out you, bro, over in Memphis
Oh,
town.
so yeah, when I found out my YouTube recommended it was you. Okay.
Huh?
It was in my YouTube recommended.
It was?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you click it?
Of course, I listened to the whole thing.
Oh yeah, how'd you like it?
I mean, honestly, there was some mixing issues, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
The mixing made you sound a little offbeat, so that's why you need better mixing.
Okay. Yeah, I figured as much. I was really struggling trying to like, oh, should I put this out now? Because sometimes, when you're like heavily inspired, you're like, God, I just want to get this out and see it somewhere. But it's not perfect.
Yeah,
it's not.
It takes time.
It takes time. Yeah. And I mean, in doing the pod, I've learned about mastering audio and like tuning my ears pretty much to like, okay, what sounds good and what sounds like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I do plan on like continuing music eventually. Just need the equipment for it.
Dude, you did the outro song for here. I mean,
I did,
granted, you didn't know it was gonna be used at the time
Oh
for
no,
this.
it's gonna be used for a song eventually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like a beat. You're planning to rap over that.
Yeah, rap, sing, I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, hell yeah.
I haven't thought about it yet. Like, the title of the beat was the title of the song.
Child. Ah.
Hell yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so. Yeah, but as you were going to ask him a question, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna ask him a question. I almost kind of forgot it. Damn. Now it's just that moment where I stare right in your eyes and I'm like, I'll fucking remember. Just keep looking at me.
The eye contact is intense. Will he be able to remember what he was going to say? A rip off the elf bar. My, Derek. It's liquid football. You could cut it with butter.
Oh, yeah.
You can cut it with a knife or something. You can so tense in here and cut it with a knife.
Yeah. So
The,
intense
the
that
air
you can
the
cut it
air
with
is
a
so
knife.
intense that you can cut it with a knife.
Well, you can cut it with a knife, people. What the
Man,
fuck was I
I
gonna
mean,
say?
commentary was a dream of mine for a while, just because I love just commentating random shit. Like,
Dude, commentating.
when we were playing Call of Duty and shit, I'd commentate. When we were playing NBA, I'd start commentating. WWE, I'd commentate. Speaking of WWE, that SmackDown last night was great.
Dude, yeah. So, fucking let everybody know. So tell us about it. You went to is there a specific name for WWE events like
Well, yeah,
UFC 276
Yeah,
type?
so they have their like 3 weekly shows: Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night NXT 2.0, and then Friday Night SmackDown. And I went to Friday Night SmackDown last night.
Dude,
And,
that'd be
and then tonight is WWE Money in the Bank.
Ooh,
It's pay-per-view.
dude, Money in the Bank, so fun. Although those matches were ridiculously hard in SmackDown versus Raw 2007 on the PSP for whatever reason, nigga. I just,
Yeah.
could not pull it together, son.
Yeah, no, now the menu they use for like those games is easy. It's just it's a wheel that turns, and then on the inside, and you have to control your ball, and you have to go inside like the little crevice to get the green, like the 9 green ticks. But yeah, they started off the show with like a fan favorite guy wrestling, and then they actually started the real like televised show with all of the competitors for the Money in the Bank ladder match that were confirmed on ladders. And it was funny watching because all the lights were down. Everybody turned on their flash. You see all these dudes climbing up the ladders. So funny. But yeah, it was a great show. Got to see my favorite women's wrestler, and got to see some pretty fun matches. It was pretty nice night. It wasn't the best event I've been to, but I was happy to go out nonetheless.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, those women wrestlers are fine
Yep.
as fuck.
The one day I'm going to enact my plan on stealing the female wrestler Becky Lynch from her husband Seth Rollins, another wrestler.
Dude, I have such an inflated like confidence. I'm like, dude, something about me is like, I know there's something about me if I talk to one of them. They're like, okay, this guy's interesting. But it's that's delusion right there. You know what I'm saying?
Delusion's
That's
a grandeur,
complete
yeah.
delusion. Yeah, you can't have the women that are like that. You know what I'm saying? The women that are there and that established, it's like, unless they really want you. Yeah, like that's the only
rare
way.
though.
Very rare.
Yeah,
very
I
rare.
would never be able to be like a regular person with like a wrestler girl because she's always with like those fucking beefcake dudes 24/7. Can't really trust them. Like there was like that big thing like 16ish years ago where Matt Hardy's like on-screen and off-screen girlfriend Lita cheated with Edge, and it was like a big thing that they did.
Whoa.
Yeah, like
No shit.
they made it public in WWE, and they made a whole storyline out of it too. It was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
God damn.
That's dude. That's
dude was
scary.
literally like fucking piping her on the road while the dude was nursing an injury,
God damn, dude.
and they were
that is
close
some-
friends too. It's crazy, dog.
That's some scummy shit, though.
Yeah.
To do that, dude.
Can you imagine like
To fucking cheat on someone.
cheat. I don't understand how people cheat. Like,
Nah.
I've done it.
yeah, it's
Out of it.
scumbag.
Dude, I mean,
I've done it. Just casually.
I've done it.
He's
Like,
like, I've done it.
listen, you like okay. I'm not gonna. No, listen,
Don't
I'm not-
justify your
listen,
actions. You're not allowed to justify
Hear me
it.
out, because I mean they don't know, but like, it happened, and it's a very interesting situation.
Was it that one situation you told me about with
How do we navigate this? Because
popular category on Pornhub?
yes, it was
Yes.
actually. It's that situation. What's the most popular category on Pornhub that even you yourself find going on there?
MILF.
Okay, MILF is well.
Matured.
Unfortunately, it was not a MILF, but there's one that's quite big, potentially in the MILF category as well. You know, there's
What are you doing, step bro?
yeah.
Oh, a little Sweet Home Alabama action.
Not blood related, but yes.
So Sweet Home Alabama and a half.
Yeah. What about a half? Like a 0.65?
Okay.
Yeah, like a 0.65.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
okay.
not 0.65.
That's
I-
over.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can dig
Over a
that.
half,
Okay.
dog.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
That's over and a half, dog. So you just said 0.5, but you said 0.65, so that's closer than a half.
We have no relation. No, but I mean, like, yeah, no, cheating is dumb. And I mean, I beat myself up over it too because the person I was with at the time has literally zero idea it happened. Of course, we went on for like 6 more months.
Oh,
Scummy
interesting.
scumbag.
Which, like, listen, man, I think maybe God is like, this nigga will atone for that over the next decade. You will not be fucked. That's what I think. I mean, it's a scummy decision.
You will decide to take it in the butt.
Oh, God. Could you imagine? God just puts an idea in my head overnight, and I wake up, and I'm like, oh, God, like, when I took a shit this morning, it felt really good. What was that?
What was the sense of euphoria?
I mean, it feels really good taking a shit sometimes.
Honestly,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Dude.
Oh, man.
Oh, you know, like after, working in the business I work for, driving all over the valley, I used to be like, nope, I can't poop anywhere. I
Right.
can't take a shit anywhere. It has to
Right.
be my house.
Right.
No, dude, you get that chicken skin when you're all the way out in fucking Buckeye, and there's a fucking 7-Eleven right there, and you're like, oh, God damn it, but I got a shit.
I gotta go. Oh,
Yeah, nothing better than a random 7-Eleven where your fingers go through the toilet paper.
Oh, yeah, and then you just get a fucking Coca-Cola Slurpee right after, and you're fucking settled.
Ugh, Coke is gross.
What?
Yes.
Coke, it's a harsh soda for me.
Bro,
it's a harsh soda.
Coke can clean the rust off of a car and clean out a toilet bowl.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not putting
fucking
that in my
die
blood.
anyway. I'm gonna...
Do you like Pepsi?
Beepus? Yo,
If there's Coke first, like if there's Coke in the room, I'm picking Coke.
Okay.
so
If it's
so
not,
so
I'm
this is a character defining trait.
Oh,
They say we don't have Coke, but is Pepsi okay? How do you respond?
You are the legendary Desert Bear, so any reaction is okay.
Fuck flips the table. So what's the answer?
I'll take water.
I'll take
Okay, so he doesn't.
I'll
he
take a
doesn't-
water.
So he doesn't take the psychopath trait of saying no. I only want Coke. That's the psychopath trait. Like,
That's
he's like, yeah, I'll take something else. It's fine.
But you know what? Like, if it's a fucking restaurant that has a bar and serves alcohol, I don't want a fucking Jack and Pepsi. I want a Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
Because Jack and Pepsi ain't gonna hit the.
I like
Ain't gonna hit
No
I like,
way
I
it
like
tastes
Jack
the
and
same.
Dr Pepper. Like Jack and Dr Pepper tastes pretty
Oh,
good.
Jack and Dr Pepper's pretty good too. But
I
Jack,
call it Dr
I'm
Jack
classic.
Jack Pepper.
Jack Pepper.
Like I'm classic. It's either Jack Straight or Jack and Coke. Like if that's all there is.
What have you tried the Tennessee Apple Jack?
No, I've had the.
I've had it's pretty good.
Yeah, that shit.
the
That
honey,
shit.
the Tennessee honey. That stuff's good.
Ooh, that one's not
Man.
that
That's
bad.
smooth and.
It's pretty good.
It's
That
got
one you
good
get wasted
taste.
on. Yeah.
Bro, that Tennessee Apple one, just taking multiple shots of it got me fucked up on my birthday.
Y'all ever
Bro.
drink Wild Turkey?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Fucking 101 proof, dude. That's what led to me cheating. So,
Wild turkey.
Wild Turkey.
Okay.
Hence the name.
Yeah, normally my family like doesn't handle Jack Daniels well. Like it's like a anger thing, but I take it fine.
Mm.
I think it's because I'm the outlier because I'm a minority, half of me at least.
Dude, you ever find shit out about like your grandparents
Yeah,
or
my
like
grandpa got
distant family
yeah.
members, and you're like, he was an abusive, raging drunk. What? And
No,
then you
I
see him now, and he's like, oh, well, my granddad, anyways.
What's
Go ahead,
up,
como
kiddo?
está mi niño? And I'm like, I've heard.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Both of my grandpas were cool. Like my white grandpa, the one I live with now, he used to like get in a shit ton of bar fights and shit all the time.
Dude, that's a type of granddad. You know what
and
I
then,
mean?
then I got told the story of how a dude broke his younger sister's heart in high school, and he wrapped a chain around his fist and beat the fuck out the dude. And then my Mexican grandpa
That's
was
fucking dope.
My Mexican
That's
grandpa
badass.
was a part of the
Fucking
cartel
daredevil.
in the Mexican mafia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He
So,
got his finger cut off because of it.
damn. Like,
Yeah.
was it the ring finger?
Pinky.
Oh, damn. If it was, never mind. I'm not
Also
gonna go back
Joker's.
to Assassin's Creed, but but
Everything
he
in
has
your
earned
head-
his respect.
Everything in your head, bro. Abortion. Assassin's Creed.
Oh, well. No, I mean, maybe. I mean, okay, look, stop. Okay, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. Although, I mean, I bet you outside of the Animus and Assassin's Creed, like they'll probably tie abortions in. They're like, you know, fucking
Roe v.
start-
Wade. Roe was an
Oh, dude,
assassin.
like-
Bro was an assassin.
Dude, they should have fucking did that in Odyssey, dude. The Spartans would yeet the babies off cliffs if they were defective or deformed.
Oh my God, that's fucking right.
Yeah, I think that was the same thing with like the Zulu we talked earlier. They would
I'm
like
pretty sure they did that too.
they would kill the people that were like unfit to bear children and shit.
I swear it's either a story in mythology or it's a story of it's a real story, but like I think a king, like a Roman emperor, threw his son off the fucking cliff. That nigga lived, came back, and then like killed his dad or some shit.
No shit.
And
That just
fucked
sounds
his
like
mom.
Hamlet.
Fucked his mom too.
Oh, no
Sounds
shit.
like-
She
that
must have
sounds
been
like
hot.
Hamlet to
I
us.
mean, dude, it's fucking 900 BC or whatever, whatever the fucking timeline is.
Yeah.
Like, dude, who
Yeah.
gives a fuck?
True.
Honestly, that leads me to like one of my first like big conspiracy theories. Like, do you think like any of that like mythology shit actually happened?
like biblical story and like
Biblically,
I do actually.
Like I always have as well.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
always like thought that like mythology there has to be a reason.
There's a what the fuck is his field of study? It basically he studies natural disasters and like kind of what took place and shit. His name's Randall Carlson, and he's been on JRE of course. And there's a it talks about deep impact theory and whatnot, and like there's like evidence of a great flood happening here in North America. He believes that that's what they were talking about
No
biblically,
shit.
and that's something that regularly happens because pretty much the entirety of North America, all the way like close to the edge of Arizona, was in a mile-high sheet of ice at a point, and there was a huge mountain, of course. And the deep impact theory explains how an asteroid came, and of course has shit from outer space, but it hits this fucking mountain, and that causes this huge piece of ice to essentially just go right through the fucking terrain. I mean, basically clearing everything out. I mean, imagine a mile-high piece of fucking ice. That's the avalanche, not fucking snow. And that thing's just tearing through the fucking ground, and for miles and miles and miles. And eventually, that it broke some natural dam that was up. So the terrain had I don't want to use the word evolved, but for lack of the word that can come to my brain right now, but the way the terrain had evolved, it had like this pretty much a dam. That ice came through, and that then caused this huge lake to fucking just start pouring water through for fucking, I'm not gonna say hundreds of miles, but it's something like maybe 10 or 20 miles, something like that.
Damn.
And that's what he believes they based the he believes that is a natural occurrence. This global freezing over of the earth. This freezing over of the earth is bound to happen. It's like there's a cyclical nature to the way geology happens on Earth. But sorry to go on a tangent.
Yeah, so leads into like that conspiracy theory I was talking about like the other day. We were talking about this religion stuff on the pod, or not the pod, on your stream.
Yeah.
So like, do you believe that God is real? Because this will counter into my point.
Do I believe God?
Both
is
of you.
real?
I mean, I grew up, you know, in a Christian household, so I mean, yeah, I do to a sense of like it ties back to the whole like abortion thing. Like, I don't care what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Type of deal. Like, so I mean, I do believe in God, but at the same time, I don't care like what your opinion is or what you believe. So
Yeah, exactly. So you?
I've always had this concept of God, like growing up in a Hispanic family. Fucking everyone that comes before you is as Catholic as they can fucking get. It's running in their blood and semen practically. That's how Catholic they are. And so I've always had that concept of God, but of course, with the experience I've had, first stepdad, all that shit, like that not necessarily led me astray, because it's not like I found God again, but it made me really go like, okay, this idea and this concept of God, I'm gonna have to spend a few years really like thinking about that shit. Yeah. And I'm honestly, with my experience with shrooms, the 2 acid trips that I've had, and of course all the pot I smoke, I can definitely say without a doubt, yes, I believe that there's a God, some higher power.
So, if God is real, it means there's a counteractive. Then it means the devil's real, right?
Yeah. And then whenever scary shit happens in the night, I'm like, God's not real, so the devil's not real. Here we go.
Okay. So back in 2019, when I had my first psychotic break, I had a super vivid dream.
Okay.
And I thought that it was the devil per se, right?
Right.
And it innate this thing into me, like where he was talking to me. He's like, God left us, like God left everyone. I'm the true God of this world. And I was like, man, now that I think about it, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like with how shit goes, how bad overdoes good a lot now. Yeah. I mean, it would make sense that he became like the true God, since, you know, big guy disappeared. And maybe that's what like the elites are actually why they're worshiping him, and not, you know, said like,
some shit for you,
yeah,
dude.
like said you know, big Christian God. Yeah, I mean, I do believe that everything is real. I believe like all mythologies and all tie into one.
Okay.
So
I
like
that.
Like that's how I've been. That's like one thing where I thought that I was the devil, etc.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, I remember like you making references in Discord calls and me just like, okay, I hope that nigga's good.
Yeah. But honestly,
that.
I do believe all that's real. But I think that's a pretty like weird. What if it's like the devil is the actual real God and God was really the bad man, the bad guy? Like that's always what I thought. Like it's maybe, but I don't believe that really completely. I just thought it was like something cool to bring up.
Well, yeah, I mean it's crazy because like the Bible says, you know, the devil will return as the prophet of God,
right?
Saying, you know, I'm here to help, and just help out like all the basic people. And you know, the devil divides the house. That's what it says too. And you look at America, it's a house divided.
Yeah,
we're separated because of shit politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This, but the two parties, bipartisan, all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it. You see the things going on now, the things that are happening, and to tie into the elites. Have you ever seen The Omen, like 1976 or something?
No,
I don't think I have.
I want to say I might have seen a more recent version of The Omen. This sounds familiar, but
yeah. They remastered it,
okay,
and rebooted it. But the 1971, it's like this kid's like a spawn of Satan.
Whoa.
And there's this chick. She comes into the hospital. She's about to give birth. Well, she gives birth. They take her baby, like these cultists, and they kill this baby and they swap it with Satan's baby. And so there were these like Satan cultist worshippers put in place so this kid would be raised right and be raised to a high power, like a high ranking. And so that's pretty much the first one. Now the second one, spoiler alert if you haven't seen these, but so they raise him and he becomes basically like the whole food corporation. Like he controls the farms.
Oh, okay.
And that's how you control people,
right?
Is the food and the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what's happening now. It's like you see those food prices go up, and it's fucking scary, dude.
It is very fucking scary, man.
So that's what I'm saying. Like those elites tie into it because I'm pretty sure they have something in play. I mean, I'm not saying they're Satanists, but you know, it's pretty dark what they're doing. Elites in general.
Yeah, I that's why I backtracked to like the Satanism thing. I really do believe that the Illuminati is real, and they have to have some type of tie to said Lucifer Satan guy. But like, it's just crazy, dog. Like, we don't know what the fuck's going on like behind closed doors with all these elites and shit.
That's true.
What they're doing, what they're sacrificing, who they're talking to, etc.
Right. Whose palms are getting greased the right way. It's fucking. It's really scary too, because you know obviously there's the saying Rome wasn't built in one day, right?
No.
And these elites, their idea of what Rome should be could be so just dark in nature. And I mean, so dark that there's no dark people. I mean, like, that could be something that, like, that's like a real fear of mine, is that I'm going to wake up, like, 1 week, 1 year, 1 day, something. I'm going to wake up one day, and it's going to, like, I'll get hit with, like, some Reddit notification, and there's going to be some legal jargon involved. And it's going to say something like, people of varieties of melanin and ethnic backgrounds, please report to Washington, D.C. by this date, or we will come and retrieve you ourselves. And that's how I know I got to go dark. I got to delete all the fucking channels, and I got to start wearing a hood and walk amongst the fucking
You got to go fucking move to the mountains.
Sounds like a
bro.
fucking movie, dog.
Well, I mean, like,
call it The Erasing or some shit like that.
That's the fucking thing, though, is like, has it not been a fucking movie the past 3 years? I mean, if you really look back and think about it, what were some of the fucking plans, ideas, and goals you had 2019 going into 2020? You're like, you know, you're going to get XYZ done. You couldn't. Yep. Everything was a movie then, right? Even the way people in public interacted with each other was very movie-like. You know, when the camera, there's like a tense scene and like people, I'll say, for example, the first Matrix film. When Morpheus is walking Neo through the Matrix for the first time, he says, you know, you remember the woman in the red dress scene? Yeah. Right? That scene, you see the people looking at Neo and shit like that. That's how people were staring at each other in public. It was very odd, and it was very tense. And with my background, I am pretty used to those suspicious eyes and, like, just really fucked up, just being looked at in a really fucked up way, and then getting my ass beat for fucking just staring back at my stepdad for whatever reason. And that's how people were looking at each other. It was like this, I don't know what you're gonna do, so let me make sure, you know, I got my hand on my hip type shit. And I mean, no one was
grip on my hip.
That. But like, for real, it's been very movie-like. And I can't help but think with what's happened back in February, Putin's fucking war, right? Can't help but think I'm not saying they're propping shit up. I'm not saying the elites are propping shit up, but I will say, if you just take a look at all the events that have happened over the past 3 years and what might happen in the next year, you could possibly say, oh, this is one big sci-fi setup for that fucking movie. You know what I mean? This is everything that's taking place is the prequel, if you will, to the sci-fi film that comes out.
Exactly. I don't know, like that whole war.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's set up to be the way it's set up, because both sides aren't good. No. I hate to say it, but you know, back in 2014, like I was telling you guys earlier, I mean, they took Crimea. Russia took Crimea.
Right.
They annexed it. Mm-hmm. No one did a fucking thing.
Nope.
No, like no one was like, "Hey, that's very concerning on why you're taking Ukrainian territory."
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? And then you have supposed Russian separatists fighting actual Ukrainian military in, the northeastern part of it,
Right.
up in Donetsk and that area.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it and you're like, where were we then? Where the fuck was everyone then? And then now Russia's like fully in Ukraine. Now people are like, oh shit.
Right.
This just fucking heated up
Uh-huh.
out of nowhere.
But it's been brewing for like 8 years.
Oh,
It's been brewing longer than that, probably.
Way
but
long. It goes
probably.
I'm telling you, man, it goes back to the Cold War. It really does. All of it. There's a dope interview, of course, where some
You said the Joe Rogan experience. I'm going to slap you.
hey man, it got featured on there. I've seen it. I've seen it on Instagram. I seen it on Instagram. Listen. I've seen this actual interview clipped up elsewhere, but it resurfaced on JRE. Okay,
Jesus
resurfaced
fucking
on there,
hell.
and it was a
Gets all this information from the Joe Rogan
It was
experience.
I mean, honestly, of course I do my own kind of like, oh, that sounds interesting. I gotta look that up, and you're not gonna find shit on Google sometimes, so you really gotta dig.
You gotta dig
deep, and then sometimes you gotta be like, oh god, like this is 2-3 hours of digging. I can see it already.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I just like wait? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll come back to it if something else pops
I
up.
think the reason that it takes so long to dig is because those elites have control of the internet and they're filtering it, so you don't see what you're looking for the truth behind all their lies.
They say that there's 10 people who run the internet. 3 of them have been revealed. I believe there's like a remaining 7 that haven't been
I
identified.
didn't hear about this.
Yeah, I think that
Who
that
are the
might
3
also
people
be
that have been
confusing.
revealed then?
I don't know their names off the top of my head, so not good for
Useless.
that piece of shit. I know, but what I am wondering is if there really are 10 people who run the internet,
How many people run the world?
and with 7.8 billion, right?
How many people run the world?
Oh, how many people run the world? Right. If there's really 10 people who run the internet, you could leave it there and say, yeah, then that would mean that there's essentially 10 people who run the world. If they want to shut everything down, they can.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of those 10 been compromised in the past? Do those 10 switch out? Is it like a fucking group that's perpetual and not that the people who originally created it are still seated there? Is it that they have ideas or ideals? They operate in such a way that they have a screening process to get someone on. The same way we're like, yo, Supreme Court Justice, go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like now they're in and they make a decision that I think it's something. There was a poll done, and it's something like 60% of Americans were like either in support of Roe v. Wade and also like we don't really fucking care. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Just like it's something that happens, but not to keep harping on that shit.
Dude, that's with everything these days. Like you see these situations pop up, you see these conflicts pop up around the world, or just here in America. Like very sensitive topics.
Yeah.
Like I could touch on, but it's just they demonize it.
Yeah.
And it's the 1%. It's the 1% of the majority.
Mm-hmm.
It's not motherfuckers like me and you that work 9 to 5 and
100.
just working our asses off. We don't give a fuck what the fuck goes on. That's the 70%.
Right.
So
It's the fucking. It is the truth. They're very tone deaf, and I also believe look, they have access to information about the world as a whole that nobody knows. And when you really think about it, you have to wonder. You have to truly wonder, with how much you don't know, how soon before the world you live in is completely different from the one you lived in 5 years ago. And I mean, with technology and
It
shit,
already
there's
is
that.
5 years ago. It's different. Like
Oh,
in
yeah.
2017,
Oh, yeah.
life was so much different.
right
So
now,
much different.
especially, it's just
Right
everything's
now,
so
yeah.
weird. It is like living in a movie, dude.
It really is.
Like you see this shit happen, you're like, fuck, dude. Like this is shit you read in history books. Like
Yeah.
price is skyrocketing within months.
And nobody really saw it coming.
No.
We expected something not this bad.
Yeah.
Not
And
this bad.
it all started with fucking Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
And guess what? Gas prices went up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Direct cause.
I want to tie back into that of why are we there? We must have assets there,
We have
like
to.
oil,
Right.
because we were after bad Cheeto man left. He was you know, I lost train of thought and I fucking
Bad
spaced
Cheeto
out.
man.
bad Cheeto man left office, and fucking gas prices get higher.
Mm-hmm.
After we shut down our pipeline within our own country.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Which I had no idea that was gonna have.
I'm
such
pretty sure
an
it was
effect.
shut down because it was on like a native reservation. Or
No,
some
it
shit
wasn't that. It was just because they wanted to, because it's for the climate change program, whatever they have. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty soon they're going to be taxing everything.
Yeah,
dude.
and like that's it's like it's all
Tax
about
my bullet
money.
pop.
Yep.
I mean, we were kids then, but I certainly remember minutes. I certainly remember what minutes were.
Yeah.
You had a limited amount. I remember a limited amount of text. I remember being in junior high, texting with a girl, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get this girl. And then I got a text from my phone service, and they were like, to send another text, it's gonna cost you 10 cents. I don't have a fucking bank account. I'm like 13 years old. So I'm like, well, we'll stop talking to this person until my shit rolls over or whatever. Of course, nothing came with that chick or anything like that. But like that,
That's why
the
social
fact that
media
you
got so popular.
yeah, I mean, we already pay for service and unlimited shit, but think about the idea that at one point they were charging for text messages.
Yeah.
This is also something that gets touched on in Assassin's Creed. With all the conspiracy theories, look, they involve Thomas Edison, and the Templar Order was making moves to, completely destroy, or not Edison, to completely destroy all of Nikola Tesla's work. Yep. And the idea behind it,
The smartest
was
man to
that
ever live.
Tesla wanted to, he wanted to make energy free.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to make it accessible. He wanted to make it not necessarily, I guess commodity wouldn't be the word, but he wanted to make it something that, isn't what it is today, which is we pay for it. You know what I mean? When, like, I don't mind paying for the electricity. Of course, money's got to go somewhere, I guess. But, there's certain things that I wonder. I'm like, if we had, like, that basic shit just already covered, what are we paying for? Okay, we're paying the workers surely to fucking, they're doing the work to keep all the systems up to date.
They're not paying the workers,
But
though.
they're not paying the fucking workers, though. Right, like you're saying.
Yeah. Tesla, I did say, is the smartest man to ever live.
Yeah.
100%. That's probably why the government had to have killed him some way.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Just like how the government killed the dude who was making a water-powered car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Bob Lazar had he made a hydrogen-powered vehicle.
Yeah.
I should say
people you do something that's going to stop money income for the government's like systems, you're gonna get audited.
Yep.
Right.
Like,
because you're shutting down that fucking oil business, dude. Ooh, that's dangerous water right there.
Yeah.
Fucking oil. America's oil.
damn oil tycoons.
Mr. This, are you guys aware with it's not even, I guess you can't really call this conspiracy because it's more matter of fact with, backed by statistics and whatnot, but you guys aware about the birth decline and shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
That's probably what main catalyst to Roe v. Wade. being overturned.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I've heard it kind of tossed around amongst gossip, if you will, that the elitists, the people who run the world, essentially, they're aware of this growing decline in birth rate. So by removing something like that, they're thinking, well, now they'll just have to have the babies.
There'll be more babies born, more
born.
food to sell, more money to tax.
But it's a counterproductive system, though, because if you think about it, they're also... I'm going to make up a saying. You can't kill too many birds with one stone.
Yeah.
At a point, it just isn't going to work. Whether it's just a matter of physicality, and also it just isn't... Trying to complete too many things at once, they're going to start pulling away from each other. So you want people to have more babies by saying they can't safely not have babies.
Yeah.
But in turn, you've just divided the entirety of the country. So by creating this division, if you're the person running, if you're the organization, the dark organization running the world, you're like, I'm going to create this
The
division.
Illuminati?
They won't be able to be united, and then they'll be able to unite under me. But then by removing certain freedoms and attacking on the outer perimeter of what the very foundation of what America is, you're going to start to get people who are like, now, wait a minute, though. Doesn't make fucking sense that I'm fighting with someone who literally not only looks exactly like me, but they live essentially to the fucking T, the exact same marginal life that I live. And I say marginal because let's be realistic. It doesn't matter where you're fucking working at. When you're somewhere for the better part of 40, 50 hours a week, and it's because you need that money. Yeah. You have bills. You need to make ends meet. You feel marginal. And maybe it's humbling in a sense, but you can't help but feel, I'm not winning. And it's not like you have to constantly be winning. You know, life, you're supposed to win and lose. But, like, you feel as if, though, like, am I really supposed to be doing this? You know, there's bullshit corporate jobs all across America. People go work 40, 50 hours. And, like, what are they doing? They're just like, oh, Excel file, this number go here, this number go here. Hey, I have those data reports for the quarter 3. And they're like, hey, there you go. Here's your $2,000 Christmas bonus. Make your family somewhat more happy. Somewhat more happy. But if you wanted to run the fucking world, in creating this division, you would try and prop up shit to make it seem as if you couldn't unite with that person, right? You couldn't unite with the person who's disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
Or at least I would think, and maybe social media helps create that.
Oh yeah.
That translucent
Especially
effect.
It's
you know?
right here, dude.
Exactly.
At the fucking fingertips.
You can get involved in bullshit arguments immediately. Mm-hmm. Did it once on Reddit because I used an N-word. Someone was like, you can't do that. You know what history is associated with that word? And I mean, I pieced him up with some literacy, but in short, what I said was,
keyboard warrior.
My nigga, nigga is like the 20th word I learned, and it wasn't of my own volition. Of course, I'm getting called it now. You know, I'm hyperbolizing. It wasn't the 20th word I learned, but the first time my introduction was to that word, someone was telling me a racist joke, and to be completely honest, I ran to the fucking principal of the school afterwards because it was a really bad joke. Okay, I'll bleep it. The joke was, do you know why I fucked it up. Do you know why they made a black Xbox? And I was like, no, why? And he said, because Michael Jackson used to be a nigger. And I was like, what? And dude, I literally ran out the classroom, ran to the principal, and I was like, he called me and then fucking the principal was like, nigga, it's like second grade. Who is saying that, bro? That kid got suspended.
You better bleep that shit, dog.
Dude, oh, I definitely will. Don't worry. It's like, you hear it now and like you laugh because it's such an insane joke. You're like, Xbox, Michael Jackson, N-word? What? Nigga, how did you get there?
I've heard like the joke like, why does the black Xbox or the white Xbox run so slow? Because the black one's faster. Like,
which, you know, when you look at the components, hell's true anyways.
Because the Xbox Slim was a better console than the white one.
Dude, you remember when the Xbox Slim came out?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had one.
God. I think I actually, well, that's that one model.
That's the Elite.
That's the Elite, son.
Yeah.
Yep. I had that one. And I had the Slim as well.
And I got that PS2. I gotta get.
Continue with what you were talking about. I lost train of thought.
I also did.
God damn it! 2 high dudes and just.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if you were trying to, if I was a part of the organization trying to run the world, I would carefully make sure that, you know, with precision, the division that I'm making amongst the people that I'm trying to eventually control, I'd make it so that they don't have any possible conception of being able to unite with each other.
Yeah.
And yet, I really think, on a positive note, I really do think whatever new world order is on its way, I think they truly underestimate this idea that we call freedom. Yeah. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I remember fucking saying the Pledge of Allegiance coming up fucking through school and shit like that. This shit felt good. Okay, reading not the national anthem.
I got to hear my name every day.
What's the other one? It's not the 10 Commandments. All men are created equal. That shit.
Bill of
I
Rights.
think that's it. The Bill of Rights, but I think that as well is in the Pledge of Allegiance. It's like
Or the amendments.
I pledge allegiance.
The 10 Amendments. 10 Amendments.
10 Amendments. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
The Bill of Rights were the first 10 amendments of the Constitution.
What the
I'm
fuck
pretty
else
sure.
is next? I don't remember it, of course. But what I'm trying to say in a patriotic way is that there are generations of young adults. Okay, there's generations of young adults. I'd say the age range is probably anywhere from 20, 21 to like 30, 32. But that range, that real decade, there's a decade of actual solid, hardworking Americans. Whether boomers want to believe it or not, whether fucking researchers or whatever, what have you, whether you want to believe it or not, it is a fucking truth that there's a fucking large majority of us that can really see what's happening. Yeah. We're being divided. There's an attack on freedom. Russia has been at this shit for 80 years now. You know what I mean? Who knows what happens when they reach 100 years? Have they made any progress? Whatever fucking progress they make, this is motherfucking America. You can't divide us, then try and conquer us. It's just not going to happen. Now, of course, maybe that's what they did to the natives when they got here and whatnot. Why is it changing to YouTube? Remember when Angel said, don't be afraid if some shit whacks out?
What the fuck?
Technical difficulties?
Technical difficulties. All right.
All right, so welcome back to Vibing in the Valley. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. I think the government was out to get us for what we were talking about.
Dude, we were about to hit some shit, I think, bro. Some deep...
We were kicking into Gear 4, bro.
Dude,
like, then there's like, hold on. You got two Hispanics and a man we cannot recognize. Oh,
Yeah.
he put on my glasses.
We said, you won't divide... I better not say it again. I don't want them to blow my computer.
And then we're going to have to bring over my shit box
What's that
over here.
beeping noise?
What's that
Oh,
beeping?
shit.
It's a
Play
bomb!
more.
Alrighty.
Signed
So,
Hillary Clinton.
We're about to wrap up this episode with what we do every week. And, you know, Mr. DJ Gondon, you probably never... I don't know if you pay attention to the podcast, but at the end of every podcast, we do a rank 'em, where we take a topic every week and we rank our top 5 with honorable mentions, of course. And this week's is villains, whether that be like, you know, any type of fiction, real life villains like Putin, etc. But so yeah, who wants to start this one off?
I'll take it.
Yeah, you go.
I will take this.
So I guess we'll go
5, 5.
4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2.
Okay.
And
All
honorable
right.
mentions first, you know, honestly.
So coming in the number 5 spot, because this nigga is a fucking menace in the games that I've been playing as of lately, is Rodrigo Borgia. He's from Assassin's Creed. This guy ends up becoming the
God,
Pope.
here
He
we
steals
go
the apple,
again.
the piece of Eden. Listen, shut you.
No,
Fuck
no.
you. Fuck your mouth.
The number 4, Joe Rogan.
number 4, number 4 villain, Joe Rogan.
All right, you can elaborate if you want to.
No, he's just he's a crazy piece of shit, and he does something to his niece in the series. It's just fucked.
Alrighty,
It's just
well,
fucked. Go ahead, number 5.
I'm not gonna do my number 5. I'm gonna knock my 3 honorable mentions out of the way. Then I'll do number 5.
Okay.
All right, so honorable mentions: Michael from Lucifer,
Okay.
Frieza because he's super iconic, and then with 2 Naruto villains, Madara and Pain.
Okay.
And my number 5 is because I really, really enjoyed the movie, and I read back on the comics, Killmonger from Black Panther. Also because Michael B. Jordan put a fucking amazing performance as him.
He did that shit real well.
Alrighty, and I pass over to the Desert Bear himself.
Number 5, I'm going to have to go with Raul Menendez.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting him on there, but I was
Black
like,
Ops 2.
bro,
fucking
what ending did you?
Menendez.
When you-
Dude,
when you beat
okay,
the
I
boogie-
didn't know. I didn't know it was Mason under the mask. So I was like, oh, that's Menendez. I was like,
Dude.
I fucking lit him up with
Bro,
that 50 cal.
lit
dude.
his ass.
I was like, you get what you fucking deserve. And I was just like, yeah, fuck you. And then like you're running to the fucking, Mason, and you don't know that, but you're like, wait a minute. You put 2 and 2 together after that fucking dickhead,
You're like,
It's like, wait.
what is he
That's not Menendez.
What kind of sick fucking game is this?
Yeah.
Bro,
Menendez!
yeah, I first got that ending too, and then I went back
Menendez.
and I shot him in the leg. And yeah.
I did that shit. The moment I saw it was Mason, I went right to fucking YouTube. How to save Alex Mason Black Ops 2. Bro, immediately.
Yep.
It's
And you have to do so much to get that ending. To get the, like, good ending.
good
You have to
ending.
kill your fucking partner, bro.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
Farid.
Yeah, all right.
We're back to you for number 4.
Back to me, right? So, coming in, the number 4 spot is actually going to be Naruto Bilan.
Bilan.
Yes, Naruto Bilan. Well, nah, because that nigga is the hero of the whole series. It's Itachi Uchiha, of course, because it's like,
He's really the hero of the
he's
series,
really the hero of the whole series, but he's perceived as a villain by everyone else in the series. But
because they don't know what really happened.
they really don't know what really happened. They don't.
They
They
don't know. They
fucking
don't know
don't.
what happened in those Uchiha trenches.
Them Uchiha trenches, son. Oh my god. Watch out, don't get locked in a genjutsu, bro.
Don't catch. Only catch you lacking.
All right, you're number 4.
All right, number 4 is the most iconic comic book villain of all time, and he got a pretty good solo movie, even though it wasn't comic related, and that is the Joker. The Joker is just the definition of what a villain should be, a perfect foil to the hero. You have the calculated Batman with unpredictable Joker, you know, the morally ethical Batman and the psychotic Joker.
Right.
The Joker is just great.
A lot of dimensions to the Joker character.
Yeah, he's a
truly.
really great character. He's well written most of the time.
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
Except for sometimes when, you know, he decides to be a weird rapist guy, like, you know, Barbara Gordon, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, that's my number 4 entry. Back to Mr. White Mouse career.
I'm going to have to go with Tarkov Scavs as number 4. For those of you that don't know or don't play Tarkov, Scavs are AI, and they fuck you up no matter what distance, no matter what caliber. And it's very unfortunate to die by one when you have lots of loot. So, yeah, that's my number 4.
Fuck these games, dog.
I'll since I'm at 3, I should have said this honorable mentions, but well, I'm literally gonna build off of you here. The Raiders.
Oh yeah,
when they first buffed Raiders, and I got drop shotted by a fucking robot, an in-game robot drop shotted me. Don't know what kind of buff they were thinking, but nigga, I was playing against a person. It felt like, and I remember like, what the fuck happened? I thought I popped him. Got drop shotted. Someone was watching and they was like, "Hey, damn man, that's the new Raiders, bro.
Yep.
It is what it is." So them niggas, that's an honorable mention for me. But number 3 coming in the number 3 spot, I did. Oh, fucking nigga, I low key kind of lost. No, I didn't. So number 3 spot, General Shepard. That piece of shit. That piece of
That was
shit.
Really big twist.
Yeah, man. Just one. No. Fuck.
Oh, dude.
Fuck.
And that shit traumatized me as a kid.
Oh my god.
That was terrible.
That was actual betrayal. That's what it's like when you get cheated on.
Well,
100%.
that's what happens when you work with the U.S. government.
Yeah, you and your boy get capped, baby.
Modern Warfare 2 was telling us something back
Oh
then.
yeah, that's goddamn right.
They were ahead of their time.
This is the truth.
All right, back with me for the number 3. You know, just rhyming accidentally. Number 3 is probably the most iconic villain in cinema, Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's
At the
a
end
good
of the day,
one.
the same thing with Itachi. He was really the hero of the whole story at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of
Just
the
the he's menacing. He's menacing in America standards because he's big, tall, and black.
Dude,
But that was a very poor joke on my part. But I mean, he's just what a villain should be: ominous. You know, not a lot is known about him. Then you find out he's really a good guy. It's great. Just really likable villain. Back over to you, my friend.
Oh, man. Number 3.
Number 3.
That's rough.
Bark.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna go with Joseph Stalin.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
don't know why that first came into my mind.
Well, I mean, it's on the same block.
He did kill
Yeah.
a shit ton of people.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He was
his
a
own
fucking
people.
Yeah.
fucked up human being.
It's crazy, dude.
Stalin was pretty
You
fucked
are a
up.
Russian
That's
historian.
a
You
good
want
villain.
to go a little deeper into that, or?
Well, there's not much to it. He just fucking killed his own people.
Yeah.
No.
Stalin was fucked up.
Anyone that reported you, or you were doing some shady shit, trying to conspire against him, yeah, he'd be fucking dead. Sometimes he'd like show up to random like towns, and he'd walk through, and fucking kids would be missing. Yeah, all the kids would be gone.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
What a fucking scumbag.
That's
Yeah.
an actual villain right there. That is
Oh,
an
yeah.
actual
Fucking,
fucking
he
villain.
literally just hands behind his back, just get him,
Mm-hmm.
sick him.
Fuck, man.
I remember reading Animal Farm and the one pig being based off of him.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
dude. Animal
Yeah.
Farm. That's had so much symbolism in it, bro.
Such a great book.
All right. So I guess I'll take a
Number two to you.
number two. Number two for me is gonna be Makarov.
Okay. Yep.
Makarov. Man, when he said, "Yuri, you shouldn't have come here, my friend," and then Soap fucking move,
Yeah.
dude.
No, Soap.
No, Soap, no. Dude, it's just fucking.
That's probably one of the only clips. we can
Soap
get out of the
trusted you,
podcast.
and I thought I could too. So tell me, why in the bloody hell does Makarov know you?
Yeah.
Man, that might be one of the only pod clips we can get this week.
No, dude, I'll be scheming for him. Don't worry, you'll see some shit.
Yeah, I was thinking Call of Duty villains and stuff, but I thought of things I was more like into. So I forgot an honorable mention from One Piece, the current villain in the manga, Kaido. He's an honorable mention. He's a beast. But my actual number two entries for my number two anime of all time, Bleach, Sosuke Aizen.
Lord Aizen, that they call him, right?
Lord Aizen, yeah, Sosuke Aizen. Dude just had one of the perfect twists I've seen in anime. They thought that he was dead. Nope. No, not super spoilers because it's really early on in the show. And then, boom, he turns out he really should have been the main big bad of Bleach. But, dude literally pre-calculated everything. Planned Ichigo's life, etc. Dude, just fucking the perfect villain in my eyes.
Fuck.
And over to Mr. DJ Gondon.
Thank you. This is number 2.
Mhm.
Yeah, number 2. I'm probably gonna go with probably the U.S. government, if
Honestly,
that's allowed.
that's
That's
allowed.
100% allowed.
It's villains. They qualify for it.
Okay.
They be fucking us raw.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
actually villain enterprise right there.
Yeah,
That's the number one.
I'm gonna go with the U.S. government.
U.S. government is confirmed to be the villain iteration of fucking Justice League. I can't think of any well, there's Suicide Squad with an anti-hero, but yeah, fuck you guys.
Anyway, fuck you.
Anyway, fuck you. I guess it's back to me. Yeah,
Yeah,
with the
number
number
one.
one spot. So this is kind of tough because I've been skimming through everything that I played, trying to find my number one spot, and actually, I just found it. Coming in at my number one spot, motherfucking Shao Kahn. That nigga. Listen, if you have any idea who he is, you should know that nigga is the most goated Khan of Outworld, okay? This motherfucker has done some absolutely insane shit throughout the series of Mortal Kombat, okay? I need you to know this nigga was murked by the Elder Gods, and then they dropped the DLC, and that nigga came back, but in a dope way, too. In a really dope way, in my opinion. And that nigga fucks shit up. If you've ever played Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, he's the last level. My brother and I, who started gaming when my parents were together. So this is the better part of 16 years ago. 18 years ago now. First game we ever touched was Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. We have been trying to beat that game for 16 to 18 years, I tell you.
Jesus.
Shao Kahn
Get better.
in that game, unbeatable. Your guy.
My guy is a wishy-washy villain, but he just was super iconic to me as a kid when I first saw the Avengers. If you see where I'm going, it's Loki.
Oh.
Loki from Marvel and from mythology, etc.
God of Mischief, I believe.
The god of mischief in Norse mythology.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you know, I don't know. It just resonates with me. He's tricky. He just goes into business for himself, like most villains. And he just, I don't know. I just fell in love with him at a young age. That was my number one villain.
It's a good villain.
Number one villain. Holy shit. God, that's a lot of villains to go through. So, fuck. You gotta put me on the spot like that.
Ex-girlfriend.
I wish I should have picked my ex-girlfriend.
I could say that. But
She
she'd probably hit me up and be like, "What the fuck?"
that bitch, pretty villainous with how shit ended.
Women. Number one villain.
Number one villain.
I'm kidding. We don't. We love the queens
No,
here
they
on
hate us
VITV.
already.
They hate us, but we love you.
Listen, we didn't vote. Anyways.
Man, number one. Fuck a duck.
It's hard when you think about it. You're like, I'm thinking
these
of the villains I hate, but it's like
These rankums are hard, but they're always fun.
they're fun to do because it gets you thinking.
The Flood from Halo.
Holy fuck, that's a good one.
The fucking Flood, bro.
The
Fuck
Flood,
those
man.
guys, dude.
No.
I remember playing that, and those little popcorn motherfuckers would come at you and make that weird ass noise you hear in the background. You fucking hit it. Fucking just pops. Man. Dude, that was the best.
Shit.
Man, I mean, that was a great ranking for
Hey,
this week.
not a
was
bad
pretty good.
rankum. Not a
Yeah,
bad
we-
rankum.
we-
Villains.
we
It was a
got-
tough one, but that's
it
good.
was
Got us
tough.
thinking.
Got us thinking.
Yeah.
Next one will be a lot easier, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty, well, guess it's time to wrap it up, everybody. Thank you again to our great friend, the Bear of the West himself, DJ GONDON. We have to have you back again.
Absolutely. Once you got that, once you start, working on that music a little bit more and shit like that, and you start releasing, we're definitely gonna have you back on for sure.
We're gonna
yeah.
have him back anyway, bro.
Oh, anyway.
Even if the government tries to sabotage the podcast, again.
Dude, I'm telling you, I cannot believe that shit happened. We were like you said, Gear 4. We were like the people, and then
Boom. Just cut out.
I mean, can't trust
unbelievable.
the government.
can't do it.
Alrighty, well, this has been the 4th episode of Vibing in the Valley. We had our wonderful guest, DJ GONDON.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
again
me.
for being here. I'm Jolty, with me, my beautiful co-host, DBB. That's it for this episode of Vibing in the Valley. We'll see you next week.
Beaver stands for
Bingo.
pussy.